Oh boy. Hello. Long time no here. This is me, Alex, otherwise known as the Taco Central here, coming back with another podcast of sorts. Why? No idea. I just decided that today is a good day. I mean, I'm off. I'm not working. I am in the midst of writing blogs. My once in my once a month blog. you know, but hey, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What am I gonna talk about? I don't know. I just thought that it'd be time to update my podcast here. So, what have I been up to? Working. I've been working. I've also been watching a lot of dramas. So, I guess the topic of today's podcast will be dramas. So, uh, as you guys may or may not know from my blog posts recently, I have fallen in love with dramas. Korean and Chinese dramas, to be specific. What prompted me to start watching them? No idea. Actually, I do know. It's Okay to Not Be Okay, the Korean drama, was only available on Netflix, and I kept seeing it on YouTube Shorts. And I thought to myself, you know what? I've had enough of this. So I was sitting up in the break room there before I had to start my shift, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me just subscribe to Netflix, which I hate doing. I hate Netflix, but I subscribed to Netflix, and then ended up watching it all last night or that night of, and then I fell in love, and then I watched it a further like 5 times before I moved on to other dramas. But that was the first one I watched, and from that point on, I've been hooked. So, I think it's safe to say that It's Okay to Not Be Okay has hooked me and forced me into this place that I did not want to go into, but I also did because all I do is spend my time watching dramas. My fucking Duolingo score, I'm like barely surviving in my fucking Duolingo league. Although my streak's still there, but my Duolingo like experience per day is outrageous. I'm like only averaging like 500 XP a week, which is terrible for Diamond League. Anyways, what happened is that now I have burst into the scene here, and I'm watching every freaking uh, sh- drama here, from Chinese to Korea. I've seen probably like, I don't know. Let me check here. So, like myanimelist.net, there's a mydramalist.com, which I am an account holder for. So I have an account on there, and according to my statistics, whether or not this is accurate or not, I've already watched 153 shows. I've watched over 2 dozen episodes, or 1,200 episodes. I've spent all time 43 days watching shows, 12 hours watching movies. And this is just a mix between Chinese dramas and Korean dramas. Right now, I phased out of my Korean drama phase for now. I think I'm not overly enthusiastic about them at the moment. I don't know why, but my love for it has died down a little bit. The last Korean drama I watched was Our Beloved Summer, and my goodness, that drama is so beautiful. I love that show. I recommend anyone watches that show. Everyone should watch that show. It's so good. Anyways, so because I phased out of my Korean dramas, I had to phase into another aspect of the drama world, and that aspect of the drama world was Chinese dramas, which, if you could tell from my blog posts as of late, has all been about Chinese dramas. Amidst the farce, Snowstorm of Love, free, blah, 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 Fireworks of My Heart. What else? Uh, Best Choice Ever, Dusk Love, ex-boyfriend and boss falling into your smile. Guess who I am? Here we meet again. Hidden love. I may love you. Love 202. Once we get married, only for love. I can name so many Chinese dramas that I've watched up until this point. And I'll be honest, although they do follow the same plot, roughly, of like this unacquainted love, or as a love that slowly develops over time. You know, Asian parents doing everything in their power to disown a relationship. You know, the CEO trope. Fucking hate that shit. You know, the second lead syndrome. Hate that stuff too. You know, love triangles, blah, blah, blah. There are still some fairly good Chinese dramas. For example, let me just consult my list here. So, my all-time favorite Chinese drama right now is You Are My Glory. I've watched that drama at least 10 times now, and I just watched it this morning. And I still love it. That's one, okay? I love that one, because it's an uninterrupted love. My most recent blog post is about You Are My Glory. And then we got Amidst the Fire, Snowstorm of Love, which I also mentioned in a blog post. It's like, if you're like someone who likes the third wheel, bro, and or girl, you watching this show makes you feel like you're a third wheeler as a viewer. It's unreal. I've never experienced that before, but it's the case. I don't know why. And then we got Here We Meet Again. Strong, independent female lead, and I love that shit. Like, she's the boss lady, and I fucking love that. Like, no one can stop her, right? And then we get into what else here? Recently, just finished Will Love in Spring. At first, I didn't like it, but then I watched it a further like 5 times, and now I'm like, for some reason, I'm in love with it. I am in the midst of writing a review on that drama in particular, so do stay tuned for that. I also am writing a blog post about why Viki.com is like the best streaming site known to man right now. I think that's coming out next week, depending on when this podcast goes out. I don't intend on editing this. I do just intend on just posting it, because why the F not? So, when that happens, it'll probably go up before the whyviki.com post is the best streaming platform on the planet right now. But who knows? Anyways, going back to my drama craze, I have a further almost 100 dramas I'm going to watch, or in the midst of watching. I have 5 on my plan to watch here. But yeah, there's like something cool, something interesting about the Chinese dramas that really appeal to me. Maybe it's like how they go about their storytelling. I don't know. It's just something. It's very unique. Comparing the two, Chinese dramas and Korean dramas, I think Korean dramas do convey a lot more emotion. A lot more emotion. Like, you're able to feel emotion. You can feel like you're emotionally attached to the characters, because the actors and actresses do an amazing job at portraying feelings to the viewer. Whereas the Chinese dramas, I feel like they're a little bit more practical in a way, even though they're not. It's still, obviously, it's always a fairy tale sort of deal with these things. But for some reason, I feel like the storytelling in the Chinese dramas is a little bit more complex in a good way. Like, there's more avenues to pick. It's not really straightforward. I think that it's helpful because they have they average at least 24 episodes per drama, right? So, because they have more episodes to play around with, I feel like the story's a lot more intricate. You know, there's a lot more twists and turns. There's a lot more pitfalls. You know, you're able to develop the story a little bit better than you would in a 16-episode drama. But even then, there is a 16 episode drama I'm gonna end up watching for China. It is called, let me see this here. I think it's President is Present or something like that, and that's 16 episodes, and it's also available on Viki. Shocker. And it looks really good. It looks really good. I've seen, like, I do this thing where I watch the first episode, and then I watch the last episode, and from the last episode I determine whether or not the ending is satisfactory for me. And if I deem the ending to be satisfactory, what I end up doing is I end up going back to the beginning and I watch it all the way through, because the ending, as you'd expect, is the end goal of where the drama wants to be, right? So if the ending is satisfactory, in my opinion, that means was an emotion or something, that tied the drama together. All the events culminated into an ending that was satisfactory to the viewer, and so in that regard, everything before that episode, say if it's a 16 episode drama, if episode 16 is a satisfactory ending, that means everything before episode 16 is leading up to the satisfactory ending, and I think that should be worth watching. So that's why, especially with these Chinese dramas, I find myself watching the first episode, then the last, and then I watch everything else in between to fill in the gaps, and then I make up my decision then. But it usually takes one or two watches, because the first watch is just understanding the story. The second one is more or so like appreciating whether or not the story is nice or like worth investing my time into, whether or not the characters made sense, whether or not the story made sense, whether or not the conclusion, the climax, the conflicts all made sense and made it into a drama worth watching. I did that with what here? Let me see here. Here We Go Again, or Here We Meet Again. I did that with that drama because I watched the first episode, and I watched the last episode, and I'm like, these characters seem very interesting. Maybe I should watch it. And I watched it all the way through one time, and then I watched it again, and then I ended up rating it a 9. So it's like one of those things where, especially with Chinese dramas, for whatever reason, I find that I need to watch them at least once or twice in order to fully understand and appreciate it. But then once I go through that, then it's like, wow, I'll continue to rewatch this over and over and over and over again. Now, that's not to say that, Chinese dramas are amazing. There are some little ants, like, for example, this is not just Chinese dramas in particular, but also for Korean dramas. For whatever reason, they love throwing the parents in there as like the obstacle to overcome. I totally understand that, because in Asia, they care a lot about reputation, family reputation, prestige, and all that stuff. So whenever something goes against the wishes of the parents, I think that reaction from the parents is a little over exaggerated, and it like kills the vibe for the manga or for the drama itself. Like, for example, what is it? Where is it? Sorry, I'm like doing this off the cuff right now. It's unreal. Like, Something in the Rain, the Korean drama. I'm on episode 5, and I have stayed on episode 5 for months or for weeks, because the mother of Eugenia is unbearable. Like, I cannot stand the mother. Eugenia's mother, horrendous. Like, she's already butting her fucking head in there, and she's not taking her head out, and she wants everything to be, follow her plan, and she wants her daughter to follow her plan. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Let my couple be a couple uninterrupted. That's why I liked You Are My Glory, the Chinese drama, because it's a love that's uninterrupted. Like no one interferes. Like everyone's very much supportive of this couple, and I'm all for that because it makes me happy. And when I'm happy, I enjoy the manga or the drama more. Obviously, Something in the Rain is one of the dramas that is as realistic as it gets. It simulates family pressure, taboos, societal norms. You have an older female lead, a younger male lead. You have family expectations. You have all that. It's very realistic in how it approaches, life in Korea or in an Asian country. But I believe in my heart that the parents' interference in their life and in their relationship is a little too exaggerated. So I'm like, do I continue watching? Do I not? I want to watch it because I know it gets better, but I can't stand Eugena's mom and it's pissing me off. So that's where I'm at. Because of Something in the Rain, that has literally that manga or that drama, and Eugena's mom has killed Korean dramas for me at the moment. That's why I'm into Chinese dramas right now. Like my lineup right now is Sweet Tooth, Sweet and Cold, Please Be My Family, I Know I Love You, My Dear Guardian, President is Present, of course, Fall in Love, Meteor Garden. Eventually, I'm gonna watch that as well. Like, I don't know. It's like it's very refreshing listening to something that isn't Korean. That doesn't have the overbearing aspect of parents just weighing down on you. And yeah, much to say. Although I have moved down to monthly blogs, I have been busy. I have not neglected my blog. I know that I have to eventually post more, which will be the case. So, if you made it this far into my rambles, I'll let you know today. Today is June 25th, 2024, that I have my wife, I believe Viki.com is the best streaming platform, going live this Thursday. I think. This Thursday? Yeah, this Thursday. I'll be writing a Will Love and Spring drama review. I'll be in the midst of writing a blog about love triangles, why the second lead sucks, and I think I'm going to be writing one about overbearing parents in dramas and why they suck eventually. When will I get around to that one? No idea, because I don't know how I want to approach that kind of blog post yet. I have an idea as to how I want to do it, but an idea and then putting it down on paper are two different things, because in your mind you can think of all the words to describe or to talk about a topic, right? You can come up with all kinds of words, all kinds of examples and stuff, but once you put idea down onto paper, or in my case a screen, through WordPress or whatever, what you want to say does not come out, and you're never satisfied with what you've written down, which is why my blog posts have slowly dwindled, especially this year, because I'm not satisfied with just posting anime blogs anymore. I want to post more about things I enjoy, which is what you've seen this year. Like this year, I've only posted. I posted one about Marriage of Convenience, the webtoon. I've gotten Spy X Family season 2. I've gotten Love Struck in the City, the Korean drama, the start of my Korean drama phase. Business Proposal, the drama versus webtoon, which was published in March. And then you see my Chinese phase here, my Chinese drama phase with that. Then we got Irregular Magic High School, the one anime blog this year. Then we got Adapting Manga in the Age of Anime. There's that. So I've only done like 2 anime blogs. Everything else has been like drama blogs. Which, you know what? I will admit it is different. But I'm happier because I've enjoyed writing those non-anime blogs a lot more than I have with the anime blogs, because I feel like once you get into that repetition, that once you start feeling comfortable, that's when you're like, oh dear. So I felt comfortable, and I felt the need to change it up, and you know what? I've been happy with how things have gone. Anyways, much to say, it's June now. You could probably expect at least 10 more blogs, maybe even more, depending on what I feel before the season ends. Before the year ends, I will try to sprinkle some anime blogs in between there, but there's not really any anime that I've been looking forward to watch. I'll probably watch Hibiki Euphorium 3 because I love Hibiki Euphorium. But other than that, not much else. And like me and my rambles, there's not much else to talk about. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed listening to me just ramble on for 20 some minutes. And I'll catch you in the next one.